Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hey there, I'm Amber with Good Neighbor Podcast West Denver, and I'm here with Dan Casey of Proud Souls Barbecue. Thanks, Dan, so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Amber. Super excited to be on the Good Neighbor Podcast. So happy Friday. Yep.
So it's Friday. We're excited. So Dan, tell us a little bit about your business. I've been in there. I think it's awesome, but tell the listeners.
Yeah, it's Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. We're an all things barbecue shop. We think a one-stop shop for all things barbecue related to backyard cooks, everything from sauces, rubs, seasonings. We got a great meat locker. We've got tons of good smokers, grills, outdoor kitchens, pretty much anything for the backyard enthusiast. So we've got tons of knowledge, tons of information at the shop. So we love chatting about barbecue with folks. So we've been here in Northwest Denver about a little over 6 years now. So we're located at 25th and Federal, just about a mile north of Broncos Stadium. We're in an old tire shop, and myself and Tony Roberts, one of the other owners, just kind of grew up cooking barbecue and smoking barbecue and hanging out with family and friends, and went to college together and developed a passion for barbecue, and have both been out here in the Denver area about 20 years roughly. And about 7-8 years ago, we decided to enter into a competition. So a Kansas City Barbecue Society competition up in Conifer. And from the moment we did that, we were kind of hooked with this whole barbecue thing. And, late nights over the smokers and trying to figure out how to monetize barbecue, which is a very difficult thing. Thought about opening up a restaurant, thought about opening up a food truck. Instead, we settled on open up a barbecue supply shop. So the Denver market is thriving. There's people from all over the U.S. here and different barbecue styles and enthusiasts. The weather's fantastic for outdoor grilling and smoking. So we thought, well, let's bring everybody together into one singular shop where we can have all these amazing items where that leads to good conversations, good food, good memories, and good times with your friends and family.
Awesome. So you kind of touched on it, you kind of build those relationships and, have those conversations. Why else do your customers, pick you over somebody else, or why do they come to you?
Well, obviously there's a ton of competition online. We're a small business. So I think we offer some things that the big box stores or the online stores can't. We like to think we've got some of the best customer service in the business or in any small business, really. So I think a lot of that's lost in today's world where a customer is looking for some knowledge and some information about, doing their first brisket, or, I'm looking for my first pellet smoker, or I'm looking for a gas grill. So what we really pride ourselves on is the knowledge, the positive attitude, the customer service, where if anyone walks in the store anytime or calls into the store, we want to treat them like, they're the most important person in the room, and then no question's a dumb question. And it doesn't matter how much experience you have or lack of experience you have. We want to make sure that we're able to get you the right sauce, the right rub, the right grill, the right smoker, whatever it may be. Just offer that customer service and that human interaction that you don't necessarily get from ordering from an online superstore or going into a big box store where the staff doesn't necessarily know all the different products that we carry or they carry. So, we've got a great team here of barbecue enthusiasts, of hard workers, of, positive people who don't mind talking about barbecue, don't mind talking about doing their brisket, doing their, pork ribs, what do they cook on? So we all have experience cooking at home and cooking in competitions. So we're able to share that knowledge to folks when they come in. And if they're asking about, how do you guys do chicken wings? Well, we're not just memorizing it from a recipe we learned online. We're actually cooking either at the shop or at home or on the weekends. And we can really share that knowledge and that experience that we have. And I think that truly comes across in our interactions because it's authentic, right? It's not just, some new employee just memorizing something and, dictating what they think they want to hear. But, we're real, we're people who, walk the walk, talk the talk. And, we just want to give that customer service back in hopes of letting folks know, once they leave here, they're part of our barbecue family. And, at barbecues, people usually don't just sit around and stare at each other, right? What are they doing? They're talking, they're sharing stories, they're telling jokes, they're talking about the food. So, a lot of our marketing is more of that grassroots marketing of people. Oh, you got this new smoker. Where'd you get it? Oh, we got it at Proud Souls Barbecue. Who are those guys? I've never heard of them. So I think, each human interaction we have, we like to think that could have a multiplier effect and really, spread the word about our shop, about what we do, and in turn keep a small business like ours thriving.
I love that. So tell us about any hardship or a life challenge that kind of you rose above, made you better, anything like that.
Well, people thought we were crazy opening up a small business, right? So,
yeah.
They didn't even understand what we were doing. It was, oh, you guys are a restaurant. No. Oh, you're a food truck. No. Why don't you guys serve sandwiches? Well, we're trying to create a niche market in a not so crowded market. But I will say when Tony and I opened the doors, over 6 years ago, it wasn't like a grand opening night at a restaurant where you're going to have 200 people coming in to try your food. It was trying to explain what exactly we do to people. In the first week or so, we didn't have many people coming in at all. And we weren't selling many grills and we weren't selling many sauces or rubs. And, we were questioning if this was the right move. And both of us kind of went all in and quit our previous jobs. And, it's a lot of time and energy and effort and getting the building ready and, sacrifices for your family. And I think we just, one sold grill after the next or one solid customer after the next where they would return. And then you would say, hey, how'd you hear about us? Oh, well, Patrick told us about you. And, oh, I remember Patrick, he was in 2 weeks ago. And then it just continued to build that momentum and that customer base. And then, dollars started coming in and we realized, I think we have something here. Not that it's been easy, but I think we just continue to build on that early, momentum that we gained from a lot of hard work and energy. But yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I told you it's been smooth sailing since we opened. And then, we've got the store here in Denver. We also opened up a store over 3 years ago down in Littleton. And, you don't just decide to open up a store and then you open, turn the keys and the lights on and you're good. So we started that basically the summer before COVID hit. And, we redid the building. We had tons of money and energy and time and resources into it. And then COVID hit and, we didn't know, no one knew what it was going to be or what it was going to do. And, exactly. Luckily we're able to stay open. We consider ourselves, essential because we do sell meats here and supplies to have people cook food at home. And, that hit March of that year and we opened the doors May 1st. So we were already in it for, X amount of dollars and time and energy. So that was another, what are we doing here? We're expanding in the middle of something that no one knows how it's going to turn out. And, for us, we kept our, boots to the ground and kept working hard. And fortunately, it worked out better for us because people were cooking more at home and, they weren't traveling. They weren't doing their usual trips to Disney or whatever it may be, family vacations. They were putting that money back into their homes. And whether that be a smoker, a grill, an outdoor kitchen, or just, briskets or, meats or whatever it may be, we felt like we were able to provide for folks in a time where, they needed some normalcy and they needed to have a small business, provide for their family. And, in hindsight, it's worked out great, but, going through both the opening of Proud Souls and then the pandemic, both, caused a lot of sleepless nights. Let's put it that way.
Totally. And I think that's has stuck. People kind of got their little creature comforts at home and, going out barbecue, whatever is expensive. So being able to do it at home is really fun and rewarding. And so I totally feel that. I see that out there.
Yeah. I mean, food costs aren't getting any cheaper. Yep. if you go out and order some drinks, that's not getting any cheaper. And, you can't have as much, chit chat and family time and story time if you're at a busy restaurant. So I think, like you said, it hasn't stopped once, COVID, has gone away for the most part. It's only increased people's, I think, love and passion for cooking and being around family and inviting friends over and doing stuff in your backyard, as opposed to, spending that big chunk of change out at a restaurant.
Totally. So any news, specials, updates you want to share?
We're kind of going into football season here. It's, been a rough ride with the Broncos. CU's been playing well, but, our fall is always a fun time for us because the weather's a little cooler. It's not as hot like it is in the summer. People are getting back into the routine. So we got a lot of fun stuff happening at both our Denver, Highlands location, as well as our Littleton location, carrying in through the fall. Turkey season's right around the corner. We have brine buckets. We'll have tons of seasonings, injections, all things turkey around here. We call it the Butterball hotline when people call in asking how to do their first turkey. We're here for you. Everybody cooks a turkey for Thanksgiving, and we want to be your one-stop shop for all that. So come by and see us. We love to chat with you. And that rolls into Christmas. So it's a busy time for us as far as, gifts for your loved ones, smokers, grills, etc. And, we've also opened up a Kansas City shop here this past January. So roughly about 10 months ago. If you sit idle as a small business and just expect things to happen, you're gonna die on the wayside. So we have that going on. So we've been happy in the few short years we've been around to have 3 stores up and running, and hopefully, and we'll have some more stores coming online here. We're always working hard and always trying new things and keeping that momentum going.
Cool. So tell us anything that you do to get involved in community outreach, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we get a lot of calls, as do a lot of businesses, about donations, and we're doing this auction or we're doing this fundraiser. So we try to give back, whether it's a Proud Souls gift box, a gift card, something to give back to the community. We understand a lot of times are tough and people need to raise money for your school or your church or whatever it may be. So, we're always doing fun stuff like that. A class certificate. We do a lot of fun classes here for the community, for a lot of our customers, whether it's a brisket class, a rib class, whether it's a turkey class coming up. We've got a holiday meats class coming up. So we've donated a bunch of those classes to different organizations as well. And one of our, big partners, we just got done with a backyard rib event down at our Littleton location here about a month ago or so, where we partner with American Cancer Society, the local chapter. One of our good friends, buddies, passed away a few years ago from colon cancer, and wanted us to dedicate a backyard rib competition in his name. So we had about 20 backyard enthusiasts down at our Littleton store. They brought their own smokers and came out there on a Sunday, and basically had 3 slabs of rib to cook. They did some side dishes as well, and we had a bunch of certified judges out there. It was open up to the community with some of our vendors, and did some nice grill giveaways. Had a bunch of grills donated from ourselves, as well as some of our partners in smoking, if you will. And happy to report we were able to raise over $8,000 for the local chapter of the American Cancer Society. So, we understand, we're not just in this by ourselves, and we like to give back as much as possible. And when we can tie in a fun rib event with a good fundraiser where families and friends are coming together and just having a good day out there barbecuing, we definitely appreciate that and can see the value in that. That's
great. So Dan, what do you do for fun outside of work? Obviously, it sounds like what you do is pretty fun a lot, but
yeah, I don't usually wake up mad about going to work. So yeah. If you're not passionate about what you do, your employees see it, your customers see it. So we have fun here. It's still a business. So we work hard. People sometimes think we're just smoking meat all day long and kind of hanging around talking barbecue. They don't see all the deliveries coming in and the deliveries going out and grill building and, doing calls and, just all the things that it takes to run a business. So, I'm passionate about barbecue in general, whether it's cooking here or cooking at home. I've got a family, a wife and a 5-year-old daughter, and a brand new golden retriever puppy. So basically got a new kid on her hands. So that keeps us busy outside of work. And, having a 5-year-old's fantastic. She's got a ton of energy. We're out. My previous career, I built parks and playgrounds. So I've got a love for that, whether that's going out across the city or going to indoor events. But just, hanging out with the family and enjoying as much time as possible with them and the barbecue community in general.
Sounds good. All right. So we'll wrap it up here. So you mentioned the location on Federal and 25th, the one in Littleton. What's the cross streets or address? I mean, there's folks, we get out, people are around.
It's about a block north of Old Town Littleton, 5599 South Rio Grande. So it's in a really cool historic part of Littleton. So pretty much have the majority of the products we have here at our original OG store here in Denver. Down in Littleton, we're all in it together. We see those guys day in and day out. And then the location here in Northwest Denver is 2485 North Federal, about a mile north of Broncos Stadium. So come see us. We love talking barbecue. If you need a sauces or rub, you need a recommendation on how to do your turkey, you're planning on getting a grill soon or a smoker, we also do outdoor kitchen. So if you're looking to redecorate your backyard with a great outdoor kitchen, we do a lot of that work ourselves with some modular cabinetry, refrigerator, burners, flat rocks, flat tops, you name it. And then we also partner with some really good landscape architect firms here in the Denver metro area. So we've got a great showroom. It's very welcoming. We kind of like to call it kind of like the barbecue barbershop, where you come in and share your secrets, your stories, tell some lies. And, we just have a good time chatting and trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And we're open 7 days a week. So 10 to 6 during the week, 9 to 5 on Saturdays. And then Sundays we're open 10 to 2. So we'd love to have any and all in to come and say hello to us when you're ready to talk barbecue.
Perfect. And what's your website so people can check out events, etc.?
ProudSoulsBBQ.com. So
easy.
Super easy. It's got all of our information about the different products we sell. It's also got our class schedule and list up there where you can sign up, and then information about outdoor kitchens and the grills we carry, and just information about us and how we all got involved in barbecue. So come check us out on our website, give us a call, or stop in and say hello.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dan, for joining us. Thanks for the listeners. Hope you go check them out. And that does it. Thanks for joining us.
Cool.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com, or call 720-295-9588.